What's going on, guys? It's your boy Hammer back with another supplement review, and today I got one that was voted on by my YouTube audience. I gave you 4 options, and this was the one that got the most votes. I am talking about Labs Euphoria. So what's this bad boy all about? Well, I gotta say, first and foremost, I drank this down and it tasted delicious. I drank it on its own, delicious. I mixed in a pump formula that I use that's unflavored, that is pretty bad, that kind of taints a lot of products, and it was still delicious. So that is a straight positive. As far as the formula, I'm gonna pop that up on screen right now, but this is what they're claiming. Formula is a little strange, I'll get to that in a second, but they got citrulline at 6 grams for pumps, beta-alanine for lactic acid buffering, L-carnitine, L-tartrate, 2 grams for potential fat burning, glycerol at 1,500 milligrams for some water retention pump, some choline at 1,500 milligrams, choline's at 500 milligrams for some brain power, some coconut water, 500 milligrams for hydration, caffeine at 300 milligrams, DMBA at 200 milligrams. What do we think about that? DMAE at 200 milligrams. DMAE is another choline donor supporting nootropic type ingredient. Aridorancis, just 100 milligrams. Dicaffeine malate at 70. Huperzine A at 10 milligrams. And Alpha Yo at 2 milligrams. So why is this formula strange? Well, first of all, it's claiming the BA. You don't see that very often anymore. But the scoop, it says 1 scoop is 12.7 milligrams. All these ingredients add up to something like 16 or 17 grams. And then the actual scoop weighs about 20 grams. So do you go by the number? Do you go by what the scoop weighs? Do you go by what the ingredients add up to? And then you got to factor in flavors. So I went by the scoop size. I took 20 grams. I'm going to give this pre a little bit of a benefit of the doubt type situation because I got to set this. I got to set the setting for my experience with this pre-workout. Last night I slept very bad. For some reason I didn't go to bed until about midnight. I got up at 5:30. And I got up several times in between there. So I had a very poor night of sleep, which can have an adverse reaction to how you respond to things the next day. But all that being said, they say a hitter always hits. But anyways, I drank this down, and for the first 30 minutes, literally nothing. Nothing at all. And I was like, man, was this a dud? Was this a complete dud? Keep in mind, I made sure I shook it up. I did all the things you're supposed to do. And then I started feeling a little bit energy rush, a little bit of a head buzz. And I thought, okay, this euphoria is about to come on. This pre is called Euphoria. It's about to start buzzing my head. And then I kind of realized this isn't a DMBA buzz. It's not a DMHA buzz. It's not a DMAA buzz. It's not a typical buzz or like euphoria. It was just Alpha Yo buzz. That was the type of head sensation I was getting. That kind of buzz that permeates, and I got it for a little bit, and then it kind of faded down. It didn't amplify I really thought as I was driving to the gym, okay, now it's kicking in. After about 50 minutes, literally 50 minutes, I thought, okay, this is going to turn into the full-blown euphoria. This is going to be awesome. And it never got there. It kind of just faded down. And then I got into the gym and I started lifting. And I'm an Alpha Yo, Alpha Dog, as Gym Dad Fitness likes to say. And I love my Alpha Yo hitters, man. Edge of Insanity, Hypermaxed, Psychotic Saw, freaking Tweak. I will stack, 2 double Yo Hinbine pills when I go do cardio and have the time of my life. I love my Alpha Yo. But this gave me all of the negative effects from it and none of the positives. And some strange effects that on my first couple sets, I was getting I was having trouble doing more than 6 reps because I feel like I could not get air in. I felt my power fell off, the power output fell down. I could not focus. At first I thought okay, this good tunnel vision focus and euphoria is gonna come in. Didn't get euphoria, started getting head buzz, that went away, it didn't turn into euphoria. And then I felt the complete opposite of focus. I could not focus in on my sets. I don't know if it's because I felt physically off. I did feel kind of a bit of a stomach ache too. I don't know if that was from the pre or from my breakfast or from not sleeping. I honestly don't know, but I felt so off that I could not focus at all. I kept trying to just, okay, lock in, get through the workout. I have not done this in probably over a year. I gave up on the workout. I got about 3 exercises in and I called it and I just went home. And I cannot remember the last time I did that. It was one of the worst days in the gym I've had in a very long time. I don't know if, like, I'm not blaming that completely on this product, obviously. Like I said, I had the bad sleep, had a bit of a stomach ache. It could have been what I ate. I had shrimp and rice for breakfast. Kind of strange, I know. But I felt off. I could not focus. But the energy was getting up there. You know, I felt the alpha yo, but I don't know if this was going to evolve into something more. But I will say this. For a product called Euphoria, it didn't deliver that. I've gotten crazy euphoria from pre-workouts. Dexter Slice, freaking Crack Barbarian, Crack Halloween recently. Even Crack Primal had a pretty good euphoric feeling to it, you know. But this one didn't get there. Definitely did not get there. Would it have been a good workout and a good experience if my conditions were a little bit different? Possibly. But considering the way it went, I'm not necessarily itching to try again. You know what I'm saying? That being said, a lot of people freaking like this one, man. This is one that's kind of getting mixed reactions to it. When you're talking about these interesting label pre-workouts, you know, it comes down to, are you a responder? Are you a non-responder? Certain ones people love, certain ones people hate. You know, people told me Kill Switch was all the jam, Excelsior was all the freaking rage. I've tried those products and I was like, nothing, you know? And I'm talking about from batches that people swear by. So who knows? Does that mean this one's not for you? That's not what this means at all. But for me, and on this particular day, it was not a hitter. Today was one of the worst workouts I've ever had. Like I said, I can't blame that solely on the pre, but this definitely didn't deliver. This definitely didn't help the situation enough to counteract my tiredness, to counteract, you know, any of the other negative things I was feeling, and it definitely didn't live up to the name Euphoria. That's just for me personally. Is it going to be a hitter for you? Is it a hitter for you? I want to hear what you guys think. If you've taken this and this hit for you, please let me know. If you guys really think I just had an off day, I will give this another chance. But I want to know what you guys think, because all these pre's kind of respond differently. And like I said, really poor night of sleep. Really could have thrown things off. And that's just what I got for you today. Anyway, if you want to get your hitter pre-workouts, whether it's this one, but anything I talk about, almost everything you get at NutriCartel.com with code HAMMER. They got all the hitters. Please, if you like the video, click like, share, subscribe, click all the buttons, do all the things. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Alex Hammerstone. That's all I got for you. Nice and simple. Tomorrow we're going to run something else and hopefully have a little bit of a better experience. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time for the next supplement review.